It was a cold December evening in London, just days before Christmas. The city buzzed with holiday cheer. Lights twinkled on Oxford Street, carolers sang in Trafalgar Square, and the underground stations were decked out with festive decorations. But beneath the surface of this jolly season lay a dark mystery that would soon unravel. At 8:47 p.m., an alarm went off at King's Cross St. Pancras station. A cleaner had stumbled upon something horrifying while tidying up Platform 9. On the floor near the edge of the platform lay a pool of blood, bright red against the grimy tiles, and beside it, a single crimson-stained tube of lipstick. The label read, "Crimson Kiss," its metallic casing glinting under the fluorescent lights. Security cameras showed two figures standing near the spot earlier that evening. Ilona Kovacs, a striking Hungarian opera singer known for her fiery temper and dramatic flair, and Gianni Romano, a charming yet enigmatic Italian art dealer who frequented London's high society circles. Both had been seen arguing heatedly before disappearing into the crowd. No body was found, but the amount of blood suggested someone had been gravely injured, or worse. Scotland Yard was called in immediately, and Detective Inspector Eleanor Hart took charge of the case. Detective Hart began by interviewing witnesses. Several commuters recalled seeing Ilona and Gianni together. One elderly woman described their argument as passionate, mentioning they seemed to be discussing money. Another witness overheard Ilona shouting, "You think you can betray me like this? You'll regret it," before storming off toward the escalators. When questioned separately, both suspects provided conflicting accounts. She claimed she'd met Gianni to discuss his failure to pay her for a private performance he'd commissioned months ago. "He promised me £10,000, but all I got were excuses," she said bitterly. According to her, the argument escalated when Johnny accused her of seducing one of his wealthy clients, a claim she vehemently denied. She swore she left him alive and unharmed. He admitted owing Ilona money, but insisted the meeting was cordial until she suddenly became hysterical. "She accused me of ruining her career," he explained. "Then she pulled out something from her bag. I didn't see what it was, but there was blood everywhere. I panicked and ran." Neither could explain whose blood it was or why the lipstick, a signature item Ilona always carried, was left behind. As the investigation deepened, several key pieces of evidence emerged. Forensic analysis revealed traces of DNA inside the tube, not Ilona's, but belonging to a man. It matched samples taken from Gianni during routine processing. Most of the blood belonged to an unknown male donor, though small traces also matched Gianni. This raised suspicions that Gianni might have been injured during the altercation. But where was he now? Reports came in about a third individual connected to both suspects, Adrian Blake, a reclusive art collector who'd recently purchased several paintings through Gianni. Adrian hadn't been seen since the night of the incident. Grainy footage from a nearby camera captured Ilona leaving the station alone, clutching her handbag tightly. Moments later, Gianni appeared, visibly shaken, and hurried away in the opposite direction. Neither returned. After leaving King's Cross, Ilona checked into a hotel near Covent Garden. Staff confirmed she spent the rest of the night in her room, pacing anxiously and making frantic phone calls. Despite extensive searches, Gianni vanished without a trace. His flat was empty, save for a half-packed suitcase and a note scribbled hastily in Italian. Non posso più fidarmi di nessuno. I can no longer trust anyone. Just as the trail seemed to grow cold, Detective Hart received a tip-off from an anonymous caller. The voice whispered, "Look closer at the painting." Confused but intrigued, Hart revisited Gianni's gallery, where she discovered a recent acquisition hanging prominently, a haunting portrait titled La Maschera Rossa. The Red Mask. Painted by a renowned surrealist, the artwork depicted a woman wearing a mask made entirely of dripping red paint. Upon closer inspection, Hart noticed something odd. The texture of the paint on the canvas didn't match the rest of the piece. Testing confirmed it wasn't paint at all. It was dried blood. Further analysis revealed it belonged to Adrian Blake. Suddenly, everything clicked into place. Confronted with the damning evidence, Ilona finally broke down. She confessed that Adrian had tried to blackmail her, threatening to expose compromising photos unless she paid him off. Desperate, she enlisted Johnny's help to confront Adrian at King's Cross. What started as a tense negotiation turned violent when Adrian mocked them both, pulling out the photos and taunting Ilona about her shameful secrets. In a fit of rage, Ilona grabbed the nearest object, her lipstick, and struck Adrian across the face, causing him to fall and hit his head on the platform edge. Panicked, Johnny helped her drag Adrian's unconscious body to a waiting van, planning to dispose of it elsewhere. They staged the scene to make it look like a random attack, leaving the bloody lipstick behind as a distraction. But things went awry when Johnny realized how deeply implicated he was. Fearing arrest, he fled, abandoning Ilona to face the consequences alone. Adrian Blake's body was eventually found in a remote warehouse outside the city, wrapped in tarpaulin and hidden beneath stacks of old furniture. As for Ilona and Gianni, justice caught up with them in different ways. Ilona was sentenced to life imprisonment for manslaughter, her once glorious singing career reduced to tabloid headlines. Gianni remained at large, a ghost haunting Europe's art underworld, forever looking over his shoulder. And so, the tale of the bloody Christmas tube ended not with sleigh bells and cheer, but with a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk even in the brightest of seasons. Sometimes, the most dangerous weapons are the ones we carry every day, for beauty, for vanity, or simply for convenience.